All right, hello and welcome everybody back to the stream. I'm your SMCA5 and I really appreciate all you guys stopping by. Today we're going to be in the brand new 737 MAX by iFly Simulations, a brand new updated version anyways. The MAX has been one of my favorites in the sim for a bit. I haven't flown it a lot because there was needed a bit of some tweaking, some updating, but we got that update. It's not a 2024 native build, but they bring a lot of cool updates to the sim. One of the big ones, the EFB. The performance is really good as well, I've been hearing. So we're going to get to that. I want to say thank you to all you guys who met me in Flight Sim Expo. It was a really good time. I had a good time at least over there. So glad to meet the guys I did. And if you weren't there this year, we hope to see you maybe next year. And yeah, next year, if you guys don't know, it's going to be in Vegas. I think it's going to be at the Westgate in Las Vegas where we're going to do it. So that'll be pretty cool. My first expo in Vegas. I've been to Vegas before, but I've never done the expo there. So that'll be a ton of fun. Right now, my plan for this stream was I wanted to showcase to you guys my brand new PUR Korea overhead panel, and also my also the wing control PAP 3, basically their autopilot panel. However, I think this airplane's too new and none of that stuff is working, unfortunately. So we're probably gonna have to show you a different day. But if you guys haven't checked it out, PUR Korea sent me their 737 overhead panel. Feel free to check that out at your convenience. I'm going to attempt to use MobiFlight to get this to work. And we'll see if that happens to play nice. Looks like MobiFlight's kind of... No, it's not. Okay, we're just going to stop that. No peripherals today. Just the Moza AY210 yoke, the Honeycomb Bravo, and the amazing wing control rudder pedals, the Airbus rudder pedals. Thank you guys for all jumping in. Bashing Hello says, let's go. Welcome. Hat Check, welcome, hello. Luke Flight Deck says, hey, Simify, how's it going? I'm doing pretty well. Just landed about 3 hours ago, took a quick nap, and here we are. I haven't flown this airplane yet, but I'm sure it'll be okay. Darren, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. Ashton Sweet, hello, welcome. Hope you guys are doing well. So thank you guys for joining me. This flight will be from Las Vegas to Boise. Vertical Sim Boise. So Fly Tampa Vegas version 3. And then Boise from Vertical Sim. We're going to be running ultra everything on the settings, at least to my knowledge, is what I have this set to. We're going to see how this goes. The performance is pretty decent. So we're going to see how long this lasts for. I've turned my rebar off. I notice it keeps sneaking on, and I know a lot of people love it. I have problems with it, but it's a pretty cool little Southwest livery on the Max here. If we get a little closer, maybe we can read the changelog later on. It looks, it definitely looks a little bit better. Mr. Dominic says 4 months with the Jumpsuiter membership. Yo, sorry that you got stuck out there, by the way, Dom. But hopefully I can entertain you with the new Max aircraft. Yeah, Dom and I were flying back home. I was taking a later flight and I was going to jump seat it. And Dom's flight was supposed to be at 7 in the morning, and I ended up seeing Dom at the airport, and he was like, oh, it's, yeah, and he texted me it was delayed, and unfortunately the flight never actually went due to maintenance reasons. So he's still where the expo was back in Mini there, but they're booked for tomorrow, so that's good news. Yeah, it did look like it would be an interesting fix for them. It looks very well modeled though. This maybe needs a little bit of work. The texturing under the wing here a little bit, but I mean, I think it looks pretty good. I think this was done from before, but this looks very good too. All right, guys, well, let's go ahead and jump in the flight deck here. This is the flight deck. I'm hearing boarding music right now. This is the flight deck of the 737 MAX. Basically the same as your PMDGs and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, so I can't confirm the PUR Korea panel does not work for this, unfortunately. But we'll fly the PMDG one day and we'll get it to work. I really want to turn that boarding music off. That is super annoying. Oh, not failures. Settings, maybe? Stop. Please. Please. Out of here. Let's go to here, actually. We're going to go ahead and get our... let's go ahead and get our ground power all connected. This is the new AFB, as you guys can see. Very, very much improved. The old little EFB. That old EFB was pretty terrible. But this one is much, much improved. Very good. So I wonder if we can just click. Yeah, you can click. So there's our ground power. It's very hot in Vegas. So let's see if I can... I can do... Yep, air conditioned. There we go. We don't need pneumatic. That's fine. So we'll leave that like that. That's pretty cool how it does that. I don't know what this... Oh, home.
Ladies and gentlemen, please confirm the flight information on your boarding pass. And take
Okay, thank you. Read from SimBrief. No SimBrief XML found data folder.
When opening the overhead compartments, please take care that any baggage does
is it in
not
here?
fall out. Please keep the aisle clear.
No, I thought I did this already.
Facilitate access for other passengers by taking your seat as soon as possible.
Navigraph works. Save and load? Nope. I should mention, this is the first time I flew this thing. Yep, in some ranky-dank hotel. Yeah, at least you're not paying for it, I guess. The man himself is back, baby. Universal, welcome, welcome. How was the expo? It was freaking awesome. I had a good time. How is this plane new? Is this at max 10 or something? It's a new update. New update. New update. I just need to find out where I can enter my Navigraph data. Well, before we get to that, let's go up here. We'll select the battery power on. And we'll select the battery bus. There's our voltage there. We'll select this the ground power. And we'll turn the ground power on. There we go. 115 volts coming through the system. Now that's kind of online. I'm going to see maybe it's in the FMS where I can put this data in. Probably not. Mike, hello, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. Canadian Pilot, hello. I found sometimes you have to re-verify through the Navigraph screen. Oh, okay. Let's go check that out. Oh, it's. I don't think I even did it. Oh, I didn't even freaking do it, guys. Look at that. I like how she like starts her announcement and then stops her announcement. Put it in here. There we go. Boop. Sweet. Payload. Read from SimBrief OFP. Perfect. Load aircraft. Immediately. There we go. Sure, we'll send it to the MCDU as well. Look how nice and easy that was. Very, very much improved to the old style of doing it. Well, back up on this overhead panel. Let's go ahead and select our position strobe to steady. These lights work? Wait. No, they don't. Anti-collision are all on. What I'm talking about, guys, is what I'm testing. Is if I turn my camera on really quickly. There's the Moza yoke right there. And then up here on your top left, I don't know why the camera resorted to its old style here. This is the PU Air Korea 737 overhead panel. It works really well with the PNBG, but I don't think it's been updated for the Max. So landing lights, you got your starter switches, which actually will, when the starter cutouts, there's a little motor that actually recenters that switch. Big battery switch there, so it's kind of a miniaturized overhead panel. I have a whole review on it. It's pretty sweet, but it's unfortunately not updated for this aircraft just yet. Oh my gosh, why are we doing a safety briefing when no one's even boarded yet? Turn this off. Stop, 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 please. Thank you. Stop. Thanks. Gosh, I don't want to hear any of that. Okay, IFE and utilities can all be selected on. Emergency lights can be armed. Belts can be off this time as we're theoretically most likely still fueling. I think the yaw dampener, I can't click it on. I think, yeah, it'll spring off. We need IRS alignment. So we're going to go up here and select our IRSs to align and align. Come down here. We'll select FMC, position, next page, GPS left, previous page. We'll throw it in there and we'll select route. We are request flight plan. Let that go. While that goes, we'll come back up here and we can just, whoa, we can just select it into the nav mode. Google has asked me to allow Navigraph through, and I will 100% allow Navigraph through. My favorite thing at Expo was Synaptic 220. Yeah, that was cool. Cool little plane. I'm not really a big fan of the 220, but you know, it's an airliner. It's a jet. I like the Tupolev. If we're talking airplane wise, I want that Tupolev pretty badly. Florida Man says, okay, let's go. You can turn off the auto mode in those announcements, that cabin app you were in. Otherwise, it will just keep playing. I just turned the volume off. I can't stand it. I don't know why that's... I know people like to hear that. It's probably better for passenger POV videos, like if you guys want to film that kind of stuff. I can't stand it. We're going to get up Navigraph, and we'll get a flight plan going as well. I think I've already actually created one. I've already sent one. We're doing the Rapid 3 departure and arrival, departure, previous, Rapid 3. It will be Frank or Frunk, whatever you want to call that. Quickly going to grab the weather out of Navigraph here. Looks like they're using 26 right, sorry, for departure. That's actually not true. So 19 left, 19 right, and 26 right. Any of those choices. We're parked off in the east side. 26 right is pretty close. So I'm just going to choose 26 right and hope that that's okay. I don't know, anybody who flies out of Vegas can tell me otherwise, but we're going to go with that. Then we're going to click departure, arrival, arrival, arrival. And over there in Boise, we're going to be taking the Spud 4. That'll be via the Bropa transition. And let's see. I don't really plug approaches in prior, but we could do it. There could be 28 left, so we'll do the ILS 28 left here. If they don't have one, we'll do the RNAV, that's fine. Do the RNAV 28 left. And I'll pick a transition. 28 left. What's the Zulu I chose here? Oh, it's an RMP approach. That's kind of cool. I don't know if this thing can do an RMP approach, so I might just do the Yankee just to make sure. Spud 4. And we'll do the... oh, there's a VOR as well. What's the VOR approach like? Oh, just a kind of a straight shot. Yeah, it's visual. I mean, we can kind of do it. It's not like it's going to be that bad of an arrival. Two 8 left. We'll keep it on RNAV. We'll test it out. RNAV, Yankee. There we go. We'll select it just from the start, and we can fix it up later. We'll select legs. Alrighty, we'll press root copy, perf in it. And I don't think this is one where I can just click stuff, and there's no load button in this, but that's fine. We'll just use the flight plan, so unless there's a different way to do it, but I'm just gonna use the flight plan. So reserve is 2, alternates 2. It's about 5.2 on the reserve, and we have a total of 6.4. That doesn't make sense. We need 14,000 pounds of fuel, so something here didn't load us. This is just loading. Performance is performance. How would I get fuel? My plane? Oh my gosh, there's a lot of stuff in here, guys. Advance, please. Huh, there's no, oh, fuel. Read from sim brief. Load aircraft immediately. Total fuel 14. Still only has 6.4. There has to be something for me to activate this. Anybody? Bueller? Maybe KG's that got me earlier. It might be. I thought I changed it before the stream, though. It isn't KG's. I had changed it when I took that thumbnail, but I guess it reverted back. So I'll go settings. I think it's in here. Yeah, I have it set to pounds. Maybe it's in this part. My plane. General. There it is. US system. I changed the other one. I didn't change this. Thank you so much for that. Sensitive, we can change in the air. Probes inspired. That's fine. See what else is in here. It's kind of cool stuff in here. You can have all sorts of controllability over your aircraft here. But we'll leave that the way it is for the time being. We'll keep it in the pounds. There we go. Good old using reserve fuel. Why is it... Oh, it changed. 5.2. There we go. Still using reserve fuel. Who cares? Plan 14. There you go. All right. Cruise wind. About 340 at 30 or so. IC deviation, it's going to be +8. Execute that. N1 limits. Now we go to the performance tab. So we come here, we'll select performance. I wonder if there's a way I could just grab. There we go. Runway's going to be 26 right. Elevation, it's dry as crap because it's Vegas. Flap, there's no optimum setting, but I'll select flap 1. The air conditioning will be on if we can do it. The anti-ice will be off. We'll do, let's choose a takeoff D rate 1. Whoops. We'll load the real weather. We'll calculate all that. So we got flap 1, trim, V1 rotate, VREF if we need it, and our N1 rating right there. So doesn't give me the flex temp, but we can make it up. Holy, it's 41 degrees. We'll just go rated. Let's just go full thrust on that. Calculate that. There we go. We'll just go rated full thrust. So I don't think I can send it here, but we're going to go rated thrust, although this is 93.4 on the N1, and the N1 they've calculated is 81.5. So they're definitely using a flex number, but they're not telling me what the flex number... Oh, duh. Right there. 66. 66. Can't do it. 66C. Can't do it. What if I do this? Can't do it. Huh. Yeah. Select cell temp 66. I'm not able to enter that. Does it need Fahrenheit now? Like 105 or something? No. That's weird. I know the CRJ used to have this problem a long time ago. Seems got very, very high flex. What about 45? Yeah. 66 is a ridiculously high flex. 55 works. 65? That works, but 66 doesn't work. That's the cutoff. Okay. Well, 83.9. It wants 81.5. That's as close as I can get. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. We'll go with that. Our CG, double click there. Flap will be flap 1. 51, 52, 58. And this spit out 52, 53, 59. Take the higher speed. Why not? We'll be safer. That's it. Trim of 5.48 is what it got there. And 5... Where is it? .48 there. I don't know why I can't read today, but anyways, we're good to go. So that's the same there, and I think we can even set it now. About there-ish, and I think there's even a screen here. Oh, I guess this one doesn't show you the trim tab. That's okay. There we go. We'll leave it like that. Sweet. Let's go ahead and start the APU. We'll select the left-hand fuel pump on, APU to on. I don't know why these are on. We can turn these off. And we'll press start. We'll blast the sounds in the sims here for you. These are the Boris made sounds, if I'm remembering correctly. And we'll go outside and listen to them. I'll read your comments as I do. Get a water really quickly. You can race the max at the ATM box and then put your D right hand. I see. Adam, I think it's pretty good, man. It's running really well. It's my first flight ever in it, so it's going quite well so far. Just gonna set up our MCP a little bit here. Taking off 26 right. That'll be a heading of 259. Be up to 19. Well, actually, technically, it's going to be up to. Let's see here. Technically, it's 8,000. Alrighty, we'll select our left flight director on. Our right flight director on, and we'll set this to our V2 speed of 153. And I'm in RJ land. We add 10, so I'm gonna do 163. Don't know if that's correct. Arm the auto thrust, LNAV, VNAV, arm LNAV, VNAV is there. Perfect. We'll come down over here. We'll just put our squawk as 1000 real quick, and we're gonna connect to VATSIM because I completely forgot to do that. Transponder should be off right now. Don't know why it's on. But yeah, no, I'm liking this airplane so far. I think it's pretty good. Animations on that yoke are very, very nice looking as well. Alright, connecting to VATSIM now. See if anybody's online. Looks like that's a no. We got an auto ATC, unfortunately. I just got the 777F by PMG. I've been having a blast with it. Might upload some landing shorts of it. Do you like the 777F? Yeah, I think it's a pretty good airplane. I enjoy it. Well, with the APU online, let's go ahead and select the ground power, or take the APU power over to the ground power. You know what I mean. I said that wrong again, but anyways. We'll go here on the ground surfaces. Before we turn on the bleeds from the APU, we really want to make sure we disconnect that ground air. We can now disconnect the ground power. Parking brake is set. You don't want to have your bleeds and your packs overflowing plus the air conditioning from outside. In real life, that has a risk of breaking the cooler outside. The airplane should be fine, but the cooler outside will be not too happy with it. Window heats can all get selected to the on position. Our pressurization panel down here. Cruising at 340, and it's auto set our elevation, which is pretty nice that they do that for us. Because we're just about ready to push, we'll go all our fuel tanks down here. We don't have anything in the center, so we'll leave the center tanks off. Our yaw damper can be selected on. Our belts can be selected on as well. And we're in a pretty good spot right now for the most part. We'll leave the overhead panel as it is. Go ahead and disregard that. Recall is checked. Let's go ahead and tell GSX request for pushback. We get on the Vegas frequency. 19.9. There you go. Henry, hello. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you're doing well, my friend. Thank you for everybody for stopping by and saying hi. Gonna go nose to the left today. Alright, they're clear to park and brake release, so we'll go ahead and release that just in a second. We'll go transponder is on. I know that VATSIM likes on instead of auto ATC, and we'll select transponder there. I think auto ATC might have given us a clearance, but I deleted the message, or a squawk, but I deleted it, so we'll leave it for the time being. Doors are all closed. Beacon light on. And we are hydraulics as well, and we're good to go. Don't know if that's real, but I don't know. We're good to do it. Alright, start at will. So let's go and select our pack left, pack right off. Isolation valve is still open, and we have the APU bleed providing the air to those engines. So we're basically ready to go ahead and start. I got the volume as high as it can possibly go. And we're going to go ahead and start up these engines. So let's go ahead. And it's the 15th, so we'll start from the right ignition today. It's odd number day. And we're going to go turn number 2. So, okay or not? There we go. So turning 2. The N2's coming up. Volume 5.5. Got 29 of you guys in here. Really appreciate that. We still got the motoring. We gotta wait till this motoring is gone, and then I can go ahead and start up and add fuel. WestJet Virtual, hello. Hey, Sapphire, are you liking the SP1 update? I'm liking it so far. I haven't flown it. Flight models are the make or break for me. We're just waiting on this motoring to go away, and then we're gonna go and add fuel number 2. These LEAP engines, all these new engines take eons to start. A220, the 190 E2, all of them take a long time. There's the motoring gone, adding fuel on 2. I'll give you guys the sounds. Well, that was loud. Does the IFLY fly different from the PNG? It does. The IFLY, in my opinion, flies better. But that was before. I haven't tried it with the new update. Let's go and tell our ground crew they can go ahead and go back to the gate. We got an engine up and running. Starting number 1. You can see the N2's nicely coming up. We're just waiting on the motor. Let's do it from the flight deck. We'll do a flight deck start. See if you can hear it. Waiting on the motoring. Did I not set up a... I don't think I set up a view for the engine here. Oh well. Motoring is gone. Adding fuel on number 1. We'll hear from the flight deck if there's even anything to hear. Oh yes, there is. Hear how the sound changes? I find that pretty cool, the sound design. They did a very good job. Alrighty, well, both engines are up and stabilized, so we'll go ahead and get the generator 1, generator 2. The APU can be selected off at that point. Now we've transferred the gens. Probes can be turned on. Hydraulics are already on. Left pack, right pack, isolation back to auto. APU bleed off. We're going to go ahead and go continuous, coming down here, auto brakes to RTO, and we'll select flap 1. I'll do that from here, and hopefully you guys will be able to hear it. Nice. Go ahead and put the volume a little lower. You guys tell me if that's too low, too loud, let me know. Paul, would anything bad happen if you waited too long and added fuel? In real life, I'm not too sure. In the sim, probably not. Oh, if you waited too long and never added fuel, yeah, you can burn the starter out pretty... it's not good for the starter to do that. It would just be constantly basically motoring and motoring and motoring and motoring and motoring and motoring. It would never actually start. You never had fuel in it. So, not good for the starter. The engine, I guess, could do it. That's fine. It's more the starter that would not be good. And it's a lot of load on the APU after, if you just left it forever. Alright guys, let's go ahead and turn our parking brake off. And we're going to go ahead and start taxiing on out. Put that in the legs page on number 2. The airplane just starts to roll. I didn't add any thrust. It just goes. Cheeseburger, join in during the best part. Hey, the sounds are really, really good. Listen to them on the outside. Oh, sorry, I don't think I did, but there's a little bit for you here. I don't know why we're not moving anymore. we hit a wall. Rudder works. Parking brake is off. Good old Fly Tampa version 3. It only took 5 million years to come out. Okay. We're gonna go and taxi over to the left. We'll hit Bravo and take a left. Actually, yeah, legs here. Vegas traffic, Southwest 1102, taxiing Bravo, short 26 right. Clear left and right. Taxi light can come and be thrown on there. Slow this thing down just a little bit. Hummers, welcome. What the heck? Yeah, good old scenery from Fly Tampa there. I feel like Captain Jack. This is a Captain Jack livery. Already did a few flights in it. I just got home about 4 hours ago, so this is my first time in this thing. We're clear right. We're clear left. The rudders are very sensitive. I'm probably gonna have to put a curve on some of my stuff, but right now I'm running basically default, and I'm just gonna see how she goes. I also have a certain wind component, and the A220 can't start engines downwind. It has to be into the wind. It happens all the time here at DFW with the Delta 220s. Yeah, honestly, the more I hear about the 220, it's like not really well built, in my opinion. Like, I don't know, they have a lot of maintenance problems on that airplane. I don't experience too much of that in the RJ. Oh, I should probably select the B button so my altimeter makes sense. There we go. Can we try it? Yeah, Dom, you're gonna like it. Oh, I hear like a keyboard sound. I have to change these rudders. I'm sorry, guys. These are overly sensitive right now. What's that sound? Do you hear that? Click-on. Click-on. Let's call this max. That's a little bit better. This is live weather, by the way. It's just hot, dry, and clear. I'll be making a mini kind of flight sim expo kind of video. Can you do a flight control check in the wing view? Want to see? Yeah, for sure, man. Here's right. Full left. Got a southwest landing on the right side there. Go full up. Full down. I have no way of testing my rudder without turning the airplane, so we won't do that. If you have a tiller, you should select to not use your rudder input. Yeah, no, I don't have a tiller, but I am expecting a tiller hopefully to be sent over soon, either from Wing Control and or Simworkshop. I'll be hopefully have the privilege to review both for you guys, and we'll take a look-see at it. They probably don't use all this space in real life, but I'm gonna go to the end. Why not? Start adding a little bit of brakes. Just very. You want to start braking early in these hot destinations because the brakes get heated very quickly. So you don't want to use too much brake or a lot of it. But try not to pump the brakes. Use it when you only really need it. Vegas traffic, it's Southwest 1102, line up runway 26 right, Vegas.
Vegas traffic here, Southwest 2795, rising 1826 right.
I think he said vacated. Don't really know what he said, to be honest, but we'll say we're cleared to land or clear takeoff. So we'll throw all this stuff on and position in strobe, TCAS TARA over there. Start to slow down a little bit here for this turn. Under 10 is kind of nice to have, and we'll get going in the turn.
Approaching
26 right.
What the heck? There's a RAS system in this thing? Vegas traffic, Southwest 1102 is rolling, runway 26 right.
95.
Okay, well, whatever, he cut me off. If I had a tiller, it would taxi very well.
On runway 26 right.
Thanks, Betty. All right, guys. You guys ready for this? If you guys are members of the channel, please go ahead and put your togas emojis in the chat. We're going to go ahead and give you guys a bit of the yoke view there. Put the sounds up for you. We're going to go ahead and throw the thrust up to 50%. And toga. I don't know why that's happening. It's so dry, but you know what? That actually sounds pretty realistic. I've deadheaded a lot of Maxes, and it's kind of underwhelming. There's no growl to these engines. Thrust is set, 80 knots is checked. that great. Oh, she's heavy. Oh, she's heavy. Yeah, those engines look pretty bad. I don't know why GFX is doing that. Anyways, she's flying pretty good though. We're gonna just smoothly rotate her. Just get her off the ground. You don't want to over-rotate these very hot, heavy destinations. Just let the airplane build its lift and let her go. Now, if the wheels were really hot, I could keep the gear down. And if I kept the gear down, that would in the air, that would have airflow cool the brakes down. But they're just okay. And nose up to where we're supposed to be there. All right, we're gonna set the autopilot on. Command A, flap 0. Thanks for all the tokens in chat, by the way, guys. Appreciate you. They have their own RAS. When I flew, it conflicted with VRAS. I don't have VRAS, so that's perfect for me. Cap Jack says, Toga, get her done. I think I have my water leak taken care of, and it's nice to see you streaming tonight. Hey, well, good. Congrats on that. It's good that you got it fixed and didn't have to hopefully pay too much for it. What turbulence setting do you use in MSFS? I think I'm just set to realistic, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure. Or do I have real cat turb running right now? No, I think it's just Microsoft. All right, we'll have to take off. Why? Let's do our job here. Gear is up, and there's no off in this airplane. And get our taxi light off, turn offs are fine. Continuous ignition can be thrown off as well. I think they do this around 18 at Southwest, but I'm going to do it now. I don't really care. It's been a little bumpy. We'll keep the belts on, but we can let the flight attendants add their seats. Captain Jack, I picked this livery especially for you, my friend, by the way. This livery is for you. Guys, by the way, we're set to ultra everything with the 5090 right now. She's running quite well. The performance on this airplane is very, very good. This is the location of the next expo spot. If you guys are gonna meet us at Flight Sim Expo next year, it is gonna be in Vegas. Do you leave the flaps out on typically like you would in the A320 on a hot day like this? And wait, flaps out on a you would on an A320 on a hot day like this at the gate? Flaps out at the gate? No. That's usually for a different issue. The reason we leave flaps, at least in CRJ land, why you and just airmanship wise, why you'd leave flaps out if you had a if you landed with contamination and you suspect you picked up some slush and ice and stuff into the flap tracks, that's where you leave the flaps down at the gate. 34,000 feet, alt intervene, and 1 VNAV speed. Bye Vegas. Nice knowing you. I'm now broke. How does she fly? Pretty well. I might have to dampen a couple things, but pretty well. Especially with the Moza yoke. I'm going to be making a Moza yoke profile for it, which is pretty not far off from my MD-11 profile, to be honest with you guys, which is pretty nice to see. The MD-11 is my baseline for a good airplane. So anything that flies kind of like that I'm happy with. Because the MD-11 flight model is just freaking fantastic. Sim looks great. Thanks, Adam. Appreciate you. Through 10,000 feet, we've accelerated there. Lights are off. Belts auto. We are pressurizing nicely. And the radio eventually is set. Our 10,000 checks are done. On my last 2 real flights on 320, they left it at flap 1 after arrival. I guess that's a thing they do, Frontier's SOP. Yeah, that could be for any reason. I'm not too sure. I don't think it's due to heat. That's not a heat-related thing. It could have been for different reasons, for maybe hydraulic, or that airplane had something in its MEL that maintenance has to do an inspection every time or something. I'm not too sure. Adrian Nicholas, welcome. Thank you so much for the subscription. Really appreciate you guys who subscribe and like and all that great stuff. Thank you so much. The last few streams, Mr. Anderson was, if you guys know, Mr. Anderson's been destroying the donate button. Oh my gosh, this guy. Stop putting your blind down, my friend. Autopilot's a little aggressive. You see that? I thought it was a pretty quick bank. I can look up what, you know what? Let me ask my buddy. He flies the 320. I'm gonna send it through voice so you guys can hear it too. Any reason why on an A320 at the gate you'd leave flap 1 after landing? Asking for a friend, question mark. They had it happen twice on Frontier. There we go. My buddy was also at Flight Sim Expo with me. He flies the 320, and we actually tried the A330 sim at the Skalarki, and both, I don't even fly the 330 or the 320 or Airbus in general, but I was not impressed, and my buddy who actually does fly the A320 was not impressed. For the price that you're paying, it was pretty lackluster in the quality. The joysticks kind of flopped around. The buttons didn't feel like high quality switches. Again, I've never flown an Airbus, but I've flown an RJ. I fly an RJ currently, so I kind of know what airplane quality kind of feels like. I'd like to think, anyways. They didn't feel all that great. My buddy agreed that they don't feel anything like that in the real plane. The autopilot panel, the way you push and pull, the feel of that was completely wrong. So it was quite disappointing to see Skalarki. I kind of held it as like a god status, but honestly, if I were to build a flight deck, I think I would just do what Mr. CST Flight Deck is doing. He's streaming right now, by the way, guys. There's transition. And that is build your own shell and fit it with all the gear you want. And he's filled it with the wing control gear, and that seems like that's the best move to go, because that Skalarki stuff for $30,000+ is, although looking cool, and it's a very easy, fast solution, it wasn't all that great in my opinion for that price. So you leave it for flap 1 on temps over 30. Yeah, but why is that? That does not make sense. Why does the flap need to be down? I'm excited for 220 coming out. Yeah, it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be an Airbus, so whatever. Completely off? Yeah, you agree with me about the about Skalarki? Yeah, I'm trying to think of a reason of why the flap needs to be down at high temps. And the only thing I can think of is the hydraulics going to overheat, like bringing them up. The flap has no cooling of whatsoever other than the fluid that makes them move, which is hydraulic pressure. So that makes no sense to me other than it has to do something with hydraulics. Obviously the gear and braking system will grab heat after a landing. Another Airbusism, I guess. I tried them at the UK show, and they do not feel like the real one. Yeah, they feel really bad, actually. They feel worse than some controls I tried there for half the price. I don't know. I kind of feel bad for people that buy that stuff. Not bad. I mean, they're rich, so I don't feel that bad for them, but... I was expecting a lot more. Well, I have a cool idea, guys. What we can do, I'll probably make a video on this later, but I'm gonna take some stuff out of my bag, some EXPO merch that I got. If you guys want to look at it with me here. Thank you all for joining. By the way, got 33 of you guys in here. Really appreciate that. So thank you so much for that. Yeah, good question, Millie Gear. Because it causes it overheating to be dedicated around the bleed ducts in the wings. I don't remember 100%. I reckon I didn't finish the type due to COVID at the time, but I do remember the airlift wing. Okay, so that's to do something with airflow restriction. That's actually pretty freaking funny. That sounds like a design flaw in my opinion. But anyways, we're gonna turn the cameras on here, and right here, let's see. I'll use this camera right here. We'll put that as the backdrop for you. Good old 737 overhead panel. It's the PU Air Korea overhead panel. Real quick, this bag my girlfriend actually made. I can't really see it because it's zoomed in, but she made this bag for me, and I picked the lining and everything in the inside. It's kind of cool. This is the first thing I got. This was only given to people at the Microsoft dinner, which I don't think at the time I have to reach out to them. I wasn't invited, so I didn't go. I could have probably went with a couple of my friends, and they probably would have just let me in. But if I'm not invited, I ain't gonna go. But if you did go, and my buddy did go, he got me this. It's a massive Microsoft Flight Simulator mouse pad. Kind of hard to see, but we got that. So it's a big mouse pad. Next thing I got was Wolf Air, if you guys don't know on stream. Little sticker. You're gonna look it up? No worries, Gear. French Airbus engineers can't imagine ambient temps above 30. Exactly. How liking the update so far? I'm loving it, Boris. Boris, you freaking outdo yourself every time. Last time, and I see already people complaining about this, the engines don't have like a distinct growl on takeoff. I've deadheaded on a lot of Maxes, as you probably did to get the sounds, and they don't sometimes. Like, depending on your thrust setting, you don't have that growl setting. So I find the sounds now are actually more realistic. It's almost like disappointing in real life. You'll hear them spool up, you're like, nee, and they just kind of hold that high pitch. There's not that like at the end of it like the old sound used to have. So this is more realistic in my opinion. You did really well. Obviously my favorite is still your CRJ sounds, because that's what I can really compare it to the best, and those are freaking fantastic. If you guys have the CRJ, go buy Mr. Boris Audio Works' sound pack. It's on the Orbex store. It's like $10 or $12. Transforms the synth. All right, the next sticker, I think you guys know who this is. Like, he'll just appear. Duh, duh. Anyways, Captain Canada. Met him, had lunch with him. Actually, dinner, sorry. This is a good buddy of mine who's on the 7.4, gave me this patch from for the 7.4. So I got that. The max will get nasty growl. Oh my gosh, this guy keeps closing his blind. Nasty growl if you really push it, but most of the time it's going to be pretty bland. It's really accurate now, I think. Thanks, man. Yeah, I think so as well. I 100% agree with that. I saw you walking around Expo, but didn't get a sec. Okay, so you know what? I thought I saw you, and I'm like, is that Boris? And my friend said, no, that wasn't Boris, but that 100% must have been you. Next time say hi, because I'll come back as well. Yeah, it did get pretty busy. I had to go right after I left, so not sure the answer, but do you think the IFLY and PMG 77 fly differently? They do fly differently, and I prefer the IFLY more in the flight model domain, but they do fly differently. I picked up this Scholarchy pen. Let me turn the light on here. Just a Scholarchy pen, basically says Scholarchy on it. So I got that. I got this brochure from Cockpit Simulator. Hopefully we'll be partnering with them soon. They have a lot of stuff that they offer for sale. Their coolest thing was this thing right here. It's 4100. I don't know if you can see it, but it's basically like they ripped a 737 throttle set out of an airplane and made it USB-C compatible. It is really cool. Gotta love CFI's engine impersonations. Yeah, I can do an A220 as well. There you go. I was at Fly-by-Wire booth. I'll be there in Vegas probably though. Okay, yep, I'll be there in Vegas for sure. That kind of checks out. I didn't go to the Fly-by-Wire booth because I'm not a big A380 kind of person. So that probably made sense. I do respect them though. It's good that they made it free. I picked up some Heapler merch. This is all free, by the way, guys. You get this at their expo for free. There's an F-14 patch. Pretty cool looking patch right there. By the way, guys, I don't know where it went. Oh, it's in my bag. I want a Heapler hat. The company Heapler makes F-14, F4, and the Vegan for DCS. One of my favorite developers of all time. They're really, really good stuff. I want their hat because I was the first person to land on the carrier at Flight Sim Expo. I did it on the last day, which means I guess no one was able to do it. But we did that. I got Mr. FO Pilot Depth. Where is it here? Sticker. So guys, go check out Mr. FO Pilot Depth on YouTube and his Discord. Some cards, Cockpit Simulator cards, and Wingflex cards. Simworkshop card. I got this FS Expo kind of brochure-y thing. So if I open it up, it kind of tells you the floor plans of what was there. So I got that. What else we got here? We got a new company I didn't know, Virtual Fly. Oh, there's a sticker in there. Virtual Fly is a company that makes some really, really high-end GA gear. I'm hoping to get partnered with them to show you guys the this panel right here. This was the closest feeling throttle to a Cessna I've ever felt. It feels really, really good. The downside of this thing is it costs $1,000 just for that. But it is very, very good. I think they're FAA certified as well. You can put them in actual sims. I got this thing from Rosefire. So you can kind of, it's like an EG PWS system. You can press it and it'll make a sound like. I don't know if you hear that, but it does like wind shear, all that kind of stuff. So I got that. This is my PMDG lanyard that I got, and you wear it at the expo. I got a gray flag patch. This is a DCS server. So I got a patch for gray flag. Remove before flight. And then I also got a wing control stamp passport. Looks like this. And it's kind of fun. You go around all the booths and you get little stamps. I got any builds. I think it's upside down. EFBX, Flight Simulator, Say Intentions, Granuli Design, Fly-by-Wire, Delta Virtual. Cool stamps and stuff. I have more stuff, but I don't know where it went. There's the vegan patch. So I got that. The throttles were a beauty. They were, man. Was PNG there at all? I thought they were going to show off their 7.4. They were not there. They were playing scared, man. They were scared. F4 patch. Really, really cool. Very high quality, by the way.
Traffic Southwest 1022. We're out at the Bravo gates and taxiing our runway 19 left via Delta.
Let's go back to 22.8. We'll just take the turn now. Then we got a little coin, the final Boeing 747 coin. This was given to my buddy as well, who's on the 7.4. A little kind of commemorative coin for the last ever made. Another Captain Canada sticker. You guys know who he is, I'm sure. Got a sticker with him. And that's about it. That's about it. Some pretty good turnover. A lot of stuff, a lot of cool stuff. Met a lot of cool new people. And my old friends as well. So we saw, you know, Mickey Mike, CST, Owls, Dom. Mr. Captain Jack was there. Fly with Adam was there. A lot of cool people came out this year. If you guys have never been to a Flight Sim Expo, I highly recommend you come next year to Vegas. It's going to be a great show. Go ahead and turn those cameras back off. Really wish I could have gone this past weekend. Yeah, it was a good one. Last year, in my opinion, was better because there was more being announced. This year, there wasn't that much being announced. We kind of knew about everything already, like the overhead panel and all that kind of stuff. Whereas last year, there was announcing just, we're making this, and we're making that, and we're doing that, and all that kind of stuff. But it was still a good show. I still enjoyed it. The venue was definitely better. Would have thought the 757 would have been there. Yeah, that's another one. Bluebird wasn't there this year. I don't know why. Actually, I think I asked Irving, and he said just couldn't make it out this year, unfortunately. So I ended with more remove before flight tags than anything else. I only got one. That's all I picked up. Sorry, did not get to take the picture with you. I try to take pictures with all YouTubers I watch. No worries, my friend. Don't worry about that. Well, there's going to be many more expos hopefully to come. I plan on being on the next one as long as I get the days off. That's all it is. We didn't know about the T154 or the Global 6000. Yeah, the Global 6000 is cool. Don't care too much, but it's cool. But the Tupolev is what I want. We're getting some rough bumps out here. You can see that our wind is about 13, only 15 knots, but it's kind of varying. We're getting a little bit of rocky turbulence here. Let's go ahead and see if we can climb up to 36,000 feet. See if we can get out of these bumps for our passengers to stretch their legs a bit more. Let's go ahead and throw the belts on. I'll do alt intervene up to 36 grand. Here's a trivia question for you guys. What is this for on the wing? There's trivia for you. Airbus has them as well. I'm gonna put a pull out if you guys want to see nighttime, daytime, whatever you want to see. You guys let me know. Oh yeah, let me fix. I don't have a view. I don't have a view for those engines. Let me go ahead and do that. $35 for 36,000. Never had a view for this engine, which I thought I did. Wait, no, this one I have. Don't I? Yeah, I have it. Never mind. Yeah, I have them all. What the heck is this view? Shadow looks a little weird. I should know this. Tied on for the overwing raft. Attaching escape ropes. Yeah, for the ropes, the down points, life rafts. Yeah, Hummers and is I can't pronounce your name. Eisen? U-126 are correct. But it's not for the raft per se. It's more for the escape slide. If you were to ditch in water. To my knowledge, anyways. I don't have them on my airplane. Could be escape rope. As well. Yeah, they're lifelines. And it is for... The Googles always helps. And they're used for the for water landings or ditching. I don't think you'd use them for a raft. I don't... I guess if you wanted to sink with it. But, yeah, come to think of it, no. So we got Cat Gary, who's correct on that one. Well, at 36, it's still kind of rocking away. Let's try 38. We should have enough room in our coffin corner to get up there. As we're going to climb, you're going to see this space between stall and overspeed. It's going to get smaller and smaller and smaller. I'm going to be right back. All right, I'm back. They float silly, silly, exactly. There's 37 for 38. Notice how much it's gotten closer and closer together there. It's a good HK question. How many knots are the escape rope? No idea. Couldn't tell you. Yeah, as in you can, I guess, do that, but then if you think about it, when the airplane starts to go down, the rocket's going to get sucked under as well. But maybe that's the initial phase. Sorry, I'm eating ice cream, so. But while people are loading, maybe. But I do think it's more just for a rope. Now, be sure to answer that poll question of what you want to see. All right, it's pretty smooth up here. It's 38, so go and turn the belts back to auto. Let them roam around the cabin. Yeah, I'm enjoying the Max so far. She flies pretty well. Performance is fantastic. Looks like a sergeant from this direction. I don't know what type of security TSA stripes are those. They ain't no pilot stripes, that's for sure. Circuit breakers don't work, which kind of disappointing. Obviously, oh wait, this one work? No. Obviously, I'm not going to use the breakers to where a real 737 pilot would use them to. But it'd be kind of cool if you're on the 7.3 and you can go ahead and practice that kind of stuff. That'd be kind of sweet. J5G10, thank you so much for subscribing. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Welcome to the show. Found a channel a couple days ago because I wanted to fly the CRJ and MSFS 2024. You have incredible tutorials. Thank you so much, General Jose. Or is it Yos? Unfortunately, the CRJ is in a very, very, very bad spot right now with Flight Sim 24. In 2020, it's still fine, but in 24, the updates have destroyed it. So I have said that I'm not going to be flying it until it gets an update because there are so many bugs. But as soon as Mr. Hans can get it updated, which I've been talking with him and he is working on it, and hopefully all that stuff can get fixed. We'll be redoing my tutorial series as I started earlier and I never got to complete because there's just too many bugs with it. So I'm going to put it on hold so I can give you guys better content. I'll be redoing starting that, and we will also be doing a lot more streams in it as well, as that's where the channel kind of started as an RJ channel. So I do want to get back into it. Yeah, I'm flying the Max 2 right now and I'm watching you. I guess if they can fix the Wingflex animation, that would be awesome. Right now it looks like the whole wing is flexing. Yeah, I guess I gotta go in turbulence to see it. But yeah, I'm not a I know a lot of people like the whole animations thing, and obviously when you're paying for a product and you're gonna want it, I care more about the systems and flight model aspect, and everything else is cherries. System, flight model, and visuals more than animation. But for sure, I think they're gonna get to it. They're a pretty good company, IFLY, so. Is the ATR. Yeah, I think they got an update on that though. So I think the latest news I heard is they're waiting for a 2024 external model or something like that. So hopefully it won't be too much longer. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it as well, Generalios. Vortici, hello. How did you feel about the Michael Jackson movie that came out? Not the one on Netflix. I saw it, the one in theaters. I was okay. I didn't like that they're making it like they made it to be a sequel. And I think they kind of glossed over some points. If they're gonna make a part 1, I kind of wish it was like really in depth and no holds back. Like make it rated R if it needs to be, that kind of stuff. But I thought it was pretty good. I think the actor did a fantastic job. I don't have a soundboard, but if I had a soundboard, there'd be trumpets going off because Mr. Flight Sim Gaming is here in the comments. Hopefully your channel's coming back online, Mr. Lonnie. Hope you're doing well. Hope to see you at next year at Expo as well, because we missed you this year. I think you would have enjoyed yourself. I will say last year's Expo was better, but your first Expo will be your best experience most likely. So glad to see you here, guys. If you haven't already, go check out Flight Sim Gaming. He's been a bit off for the time being, a couple months, but he's going to be starting streaming again. He's one of my best friends on the network. Just go give him a like and sub, and edge him on to start streaming again. The cliff hanger was insane. Yeah, Boise. Oh, you like Boise? Yeah, I've never been there, I don't think, in the sim, so we're gonna go check it out. Vertical Sims Boise. Top descent's coming up shortly. We're gonna start planning for our approach here. I know, right? Jafar Jackson was amazing in the movie. Yeah, really, really well done. Really, really well done. All right, well, let's take a look at this, and look at this new iPad. Much, much better. Select performance, and we still select landing dispatch, landing over. This is literally copy and paste out of the PMDG verbiage. We're using right or left? I forgot already. We're using left. It is dry. I believe. Let me check. Yeah, it's dry. Select flap will be flap 30. Air conditioning's on. Anti-ice will be not required. Brakes will be auto brake 2. Reverser all operational. Nope, we don't have any MELs. That's what that means anyways. Yeah, no, we're fine. None. Low to weather and calculato. VR +5 will be 152. Land distance required 8,000. Land distance available 97. That's not that great. Let's go ahead and go auto brake 3. 67, 97. That's a 3,000 foot buffer. That makes sense in my brain. Gonna go over here. Inert ref. Flap 30 will be a 148, and then we add the 5 right there. And let's take a look at our charts really quickly here. So we're doing the Spud 4 arrival, which comes from Bropa. And then we're going to be exiting this at Spud. Is there anything that coincides real quick? Arada, Tot, Mash. Crank, Gossi, Nasi, Ventria. Huh. Nothing. That's weird. I thought something would be on the... they'd have something on the chart that coincides with that arrival, but they don't. Oh yeah, they do. Sealor, right there. Sealor. So we're gonna go ahead and choose that one. Come back to the charts in a second. Let's go next page. Next page. Sealor. Legs. Next. 153. It's fine. All right. We'll execute that. Go auto brakes today. Alrighty. We'll bring those charts back up. We'll give you guys a bit of an approach brief. My first time ever being here, so I'll give you a full approach brief. That way we can cover all our cases here. Question for you guys in chat, if you know about it though. If you guys, do you know if this airplane has LPVA capability? I think it does. But if it doesn't, I'll give you 2 briefs, but we'll go with that. I think it has LPV capability. But anyways, it's going to be the Spud 4 arrival. We're using runway 28 left, so that's what they want us to do. Tot above 11. Mash is 250 above 11. Spud is 250 above 10. Then over to Sealor, which is 238,000. That's where we're going to intercept the RNAV runway Yankee runway 28 left, which is page 12-3, effective 14th July. And we intercept this at Sealor, and we'll follow it on in. The watch channel is Air 77702, which I don't... There's a way to check in the CRJ. I don't know where to check this channel in the 37. We'll go digging, see if I can find it. Final approach course 282. The VinSfu FOP check is 5800. The LPV DA is 3160. So I'm going to be scrolling for quite a while here. If I can even... Oh my gosh. Yeah, this is going to take... This is going to take hours. Okay, right click and hold. That's actually not that bad. That's going pretty quick. 3160 we need. Halfway there. One more. All right, there's 31. Oh, went up. 3164. Nope. There it is right there. 3160 set left. We're not doing that for the right. We'll leave it like that. MSA is based off runway 28 left. Oh, let me bring the chart back up. Based off 28 left, it's 9,400 feet. That's due to the terrain in the south and southeast side of the airport. Missed approach is climb 6,000 feet, direct to Jimmy and hold, continuing climb to 6,000 if we haven't reached it already. And it'll be a parallel entry for the hold. As you guys can see, we'll go direct Jimmy, hit the fix, and then we can enter a hold like that. You can also do an offset entry as well, but technically that's not direct Jimmy, so we'll do a parallel for that. That'll be more than fine for our entry if we have to use it. It's going to be a 3-degree normal glide slope, roughly approaching 150, 160, so about 800 feet per minute, split the difference. Vassies are on the left, no Pappies, they can't afford them. The LPV minimum, as you said, is 30 to 160. If we can't do that, we'll definitely be able to do it on that VNAV, which is down to 32, call it 3270, plus 50 because of the non-precision aspect of that, so it'd be 3320 if we need so. But it's clear visual. It's going to be a visual approach. We're just backing this up by an RNAV. On 28 left, once we arrive, we'll be exiting to the, looks like to the right, actually, which is kind of interesting. If we can make golf, and we'll hold short of 28 right, and then we'll continue once cleared golf and down over to the terminals down there. We're going to be parking at gate Bravo 17. So Bravo 17. Can't read it. Right there. That's Bravo 17 right there. So we'll be going right there. Instance of fuel-wise, in Boise, we need 6,400. And as planned, our min's 51. And we're currently predicting to land with 6.6. So we're going to have 200 up on planned. And that'll be 1,500 up on min. It's a little tight to try one more, but if it's a very quick little visual circuit, we can rip it in. If we go into the hold, we'll have to go to the alternate. Won't have too much time to do that. Oh, you're trying to make a ye boys turn. Okay, never mind. Sorry, I didn't get it. If there's a gust, does that change the VREF or flap settings? That part always confuses me. Flap settings, not really. Flap setting is usually determined by runway length. But VREF will change with gust. I don't know how the Boeings do it. In the CRJ land, we always... CRJ world, we always land flap 45 unless we're single engine. If we lose an engine due to an emergency reason, then we land max of flap 20. But normal operations, we're always landing flap 45 in the CRJ. We don't do flap 30 landings in the CRJ. Always flap 45. And we don't add the automatic +5. The Boeings and the Airbuses add the +5. We don't do that in the RJ land. We just... we take our VREF, and if it's no gust, that's it. That's our VREF. If there is gust, we take half the gust factor. So let's say it's 20 gusting 30. 20 to 30 is 10 knots, so half of that is 5. We would add 5 on top of our VREF. Or if it's 30 gusting 50, that's a 20 knot gust, right? So I take half of that, 10 knots we'd add on top of our VREF. So that's how we do it in the RJ. I don't know how they do it in the Boeings, but it's probably somewhere similar to that. They take the +5 and then half the gust or something like that. I'm not too sure. Hey, buddy, what's your overall general view of this aircraft and its update so far? I'm loving it, man. It's working very well. The performance is fantastic. I'm set to ultra everything with the TLOD set to 200 and object level of detail set to 400 right now. And it is buttery smooth. Even on the ground, it was really nice too. So I'm loving it. Everything's working very well. The new UFB is great. The flight model, from what I've tried a little bit, is very nice. So I'm having a good time with it. I'm enjoying it so far. Oh, we're at 38.1. Whoopsie daisy. Let's go ahead and we're just going to preset this down to 8,000 feet. The only thing I don't like about this airplane is it always takes a while for SimApp, for Wing Control and other developers to like update their hardware for it. I don't know why. PMDG is like pretty quick. I don't know if it's a hardware limitation or something, but we are just waiting on my Wing Control 737 panel to work and PU Air Korea overhead panel to work, which shouldn't take too much longer, but it'd be nice if it was working right now. Really enjoyed flying that Boeing full yoke with you on Saturday evening. That was a great experience, and Mike did a great job as the instructor. Yeah, Mike was awesome. I wish I kind of got his Discord. He was a nice guy, really cool sim. A little sensitive for my liking, and the yoke I wanted a little bit more pressure out of, but it was really cool. I had a good time. I wonder where the peripheral or the principle came from. The principle for the speed comes from Bombardier, and then Boeing comes from Boeing. So each air manufacturer dictates how you're supposed to add for wind, and that just comes from flight testing before they release the airplane out to you. No worries, gear. No worries at all. Well, let's go ahead and plug... Oh, we don't have an ILS. Never mind. Let's go plug an ILS in there. What we can do is plug the VOR. Just in case I change my mind and want to do a VOR approach for whatever reason. That frequency is 13.3. Whoops. Goes to the top. Goes to the top. Oh, that's cool. All right, let's see if I can check maybe some arrival data if possible. Route data? No, do request winds, I guess, but it's the wind currently. It's a headwind of 50 knots, so we're gonna make the VNAV. Can I change this descent path to a 4.5? I'm trying to CRJ this thing right now. Nope. There we go. Update the winds. I would like to find if there's a way. I would like to find a way to find the WASP channel. Not sure if this airplane does it. All that stuff I just clicked didn't work. Nav data, maybe? I don't think it'd be in there. Nav options, no. So, no. Nav status? No. Don't want to offset either. Won't be in here, but I'll check it anyways. Should be a page to check your RAME availability, most likely, I would imagine, and your WASP channel, but I don't know where that would be. And if you guys are still here, my guy who flies the A320 for a different company, the only time they leave their flap down is for icing condition reasons. The one I mentioned earlier that we do in the RJ didn't mention anything about temperature, so maybe it's a different SOP for different companies do it. That's not in here. It's okay. We'll find out if it has WASP or not. I have an upgrade. I have the upgrade to IFLY software, but I haven't flown it yet. Oh yeah, you give it a try, my friend. I think it's really cool. Oh, because as a student, we use that same principle for what type of aircraft? All right, we're gonna end the poll right about there. And looks like dusk 1, so we're gonna change the time. We're gonna make it a little darker here, just so it's dusk on arrival. Cessna and Pipers. Yeah, when I was teaching 172s and stuff, we didn't. People mention that, but in the Cessna, your approach speed is kind of up to you, really. I mean, you can even do flapless at 90 to 80 knots if you want. So the GA has a bit more flexibility in what you want to do with it. So what I would always recommend, if it was a high gusting day, especially a lot of crosswind, 15 plus of straight crosswind, not just headwind, not total number, but of just straight crosswind of 15 plus, I'd always recommend my students do flap 20. Maybe even flap 10 if it was a 25 knot from the side, and approach at 70, 75. If you approach flap 30 at 65, 60 with a 15 or greater crosswind from the right or left at a 90-degree angle with a Cessna or a Piper, you'll find that as you slow and on the round out, you're going to lose a lot of your rudder authority. So I would always teach my students to don't be so by the book in terms of book says I must approach at 65, da, da, da. You have to assess the situation. That's what's currently happening to your airplane, and use some airmanship and some logic and experience, and then you can kind of determine what you're going to do. So if it's a very, very high 90 degree crosswind and gusting, all that, I may like to do flap 10 or 20 with a 70, 75 knot approach speed. And that ensures that I'll have enough energy, one, for a miss if I need to. Two, if I hit a gust of a negative shear, I have a 50 knots extra on top of what I need. And then 3, I won't lose my rudder authority. If you ever do some really high wind stuff in GA aircraft at flap 30, you'll have some fun doing that, and you probably won't do it again. So that's what I used to teach. But yeah, you can use that rule of thumb as well. Yeah, exactly, 40C. Can you explain a little bit about WAS? What did you need to do with the FMC? So what happens is there's a thing here. We're not doing an ILS, right? We're doing an RNAV. So an RNAV Yankee, you have 3 different options. You have an LNAV only, which just means you're going to track this lateral portion, and the vertical portion is up to you. Then you have an LNAV VNAV, so now you're gonna have an LNAV track, so left and rights will be done, and a vertical path will be done, but it's not gonna be that precise. So then the most precise version is over here, which is localizer performance and vertical guidance. It's basically the equivalent of it's basically a GPS based ILS. You can kind of think of it as it's the most accurate RNAV approach you can do, or just about to hit top of descent as well. However, for LNAV and LNAV VNAV, you're going to need RAIM, which means your GPS needs to be equipped and currently receiving 5 satellites data or more. But for LPV, you need a WAS-equipped GPS. I don't remember what it stands for. It's like wide augmentation something system. But anyways, you need a WAS-equipped GPS. Not all GPSs can do this. And this means you're receiving satellite data from 6 or more satellites. And it's basically a very accurate GPS to shoot this approach. So what I was checking for is, at least in the CRJ, and probably this plane too, I just don't know where it is, they give you this WAS channel. You can kind of think of it almost like an ILS freak. It's like your GPS freak, but it's a WAS channel. And you can dig in the FMS and find the WAS channel. And I want to verify that this channel is the same that the FMS has in it as well. And that means it has the right approach loaded up into it. The other thing I want to do is I want to make sure it has RAIM availability. So in real life, what it's good to do is it's called PRAIM. It's called predictive RAIM. You want to shoot out, basically it's like a little checkup. You want to send a checkup out and make sure that the satellites, you're going to have enough satellites for your approach in about, at your time of arrival. So the in the CRJ and some other GPSs, you can go down here and say, like, my arrival time will be like 15:25 at Boise. And then it calculates if there's going to be enough satellites there for you to shoot that approach legally. So I wanted to find that. But it doesn't seem like I will. This is our required navigational performance right now. We need 2 miles of accuracy, and our actual navigational performance is 0.2 of a mile. So we're doing good. It's not like we don't have GPS, but I wanted to make sure that when we get on our approach, we have a solid... enough satellites to shoot the approach, and we have the actual WAS channel, which I don't know where they'd be in this airplane. In the CRJ, you click departure arrival, and there's a button here that would say arrival data, but it's not here. Always coming faster in gusts. Yeah, good rule of thumb. Already started descent there. Send it down to 8,000. VNav is going to prioritize all the descents en route to make them all work. We're going to click the data button here, and that's going to help us display what we need to do. So you see 11,000 and above. Gives us all that. Now notice right now our required navigational performance is 2 miles. That means our GPS has to be accurate within 2 miles. Right now we're accurate within 0.2 miles, so we're very accurate. But that's called terminal. We have 3 phases: terminal, sorry, en route, terminal, and approach phase. So right now we're in the en route phase, 2 miles. When we take this left, we're starting the star. We're going to start on this arrival star. So now it switches to the terminal phase. Notice we're at 1 mile of accuracy required. We're still at 0.2, so we're way below. And then when we get to the approach phase, it's 0.3 of accuracy from memory you'll need on approach phase. And we're still at 0.2, so we're being fine anyways, but those are different levels of GPS required navigational performance, is what it's called. No worries, Vortis. I hope you're enjoying it so far. Yeah, if there's any 7.3 drivers out there and they know how to check WAS and RAIM, that'd be nice to know. It's more nice to know information for Simland. It's more need to know information for real life flying. But yeah. Thought it'd be in here, but it's not. Let's see, KBOI. This is a long shot. Yeah, it's just telling me coordinates of it. Oh, dang, that's pretty cool. I've watched a few different videos on LPVs, LNAV, VNAV, but couldn't quite understand the difference. Your explanation of WAS and the 6+ satellites was helpful, though. Thanks so much, J5. Yeah, yeah. The LPV, the easiest way to think about it is the LPV is basically like a GPS ILS. It's your most precise GPS approach you can do. To be able to shoot that approach, your airplane has to be equipped with certain things, like VNav it needs to have. It also needs to have a WAS-equipped GPS and a couple other things as well. So not all the planes can do it. The CRJ actually can't do it unless it's a CRJ next gen that's been equipped with a WAS GPS and a VNav and some other stuff. So most CRJs can't do WAS or LPV approaches. Most of them can't even do LNAV VNav approaches. Most times in the CRJ, if we go back to this chart, 98% of the time in the CRJ, if we're doing an RNAV approach, we're doing this one right here, which is the LNAV only. So we're only given lateral guidance. The rest we do slack kind of in our head, but also we have a vertical speed required. It's called VNav, advisory VNav in the RJ. And we're going to be using vertical speed to hit all these points properly. The NG variant of the CRJ, at least the ones I fly, are equipped to do this approach and this approach. Notice how as we go from right to left, you get more accurate of the GPS, you can get lower. So in the LNAV only, you can go down to 530 feet roughly in cloud, all right, until you have to see the runway. LNAV VNav, you can go to 400 feet in cloud until you see the runway. And then LPV, you can go down to 300 feet until you see the runway. So the LPV will bring you a lot lower to the ground in cloud before you have to see it. So the lowest minimum will be the LPV always. And the lowest visual requirements. RVR 2400 required, RVR 4000 required, and then RVR a mile, basically 5500 required. So the more you go to this will always be the most precise on the RNAV charts on the bottom left, on the RNAV ones. That's how that kind of works. Yeah, it's really cool to hear the RAS callouts when you were lining up in Vegas. That's something you have to enable to have operating. No, I just loaded the sim up and it did it. I didn't turn anything on. It just kind of worked. Oh, looks like we have Boise ground and Boise ATIS. That's kind of nice. The ATIS Alpha 280 10 knots, 10 mile viz, clear sky, 31 degrees, super hot. Visual and instruments approached in use. Visual only Yankee, X-ray, and Zulu ILS 28 left. Departing runway 28 left as well. Departures, no time. All right, so that's pretty good. We're using 28 left. We're planning for 28 left. All is good. Everyone is doing this type of videos. Real cool. What do you mean, Mike? Well, I appreciate it being cool. Warning, this is from Google, so please beware. To check WAS/GPS status and approach capability, the 737 MAX navigate the FMS to the pause init page. All right. Pause init. That's the GPS time. That's the date. That's the coordinate. This is the positions of our FMS, positions of IRS left and right, positions of the GPS. And it's kind of more just telling me what the accuracy is currently. But I had checked that earlier. Maybe there's a different way to do it. I'm not sure. Liked and sub might even learn something. Thanks so much, Mike Coffee. Hope you're doing well. Thanks so much for stopping in and pressing the subscribe button there. I'm gonna set up our heading indicator back to the nose. I'm gonna get flight recorder all loaded up in the background here. It's gonna be the first landing in the MAX that we're doing on stream for you guys. Let's bring some panel brightness up just a little bit. We're going to start needing this most likely as it gets darker and darker. No flood, though. Just a little bit of that for later. Got the sun in the way here. Let's bring this visor up. Slide it on the left here. There we go. Whoops. Maybe in ref it has other pages. Yeah, I already checked in there. Because you wanted to pause in it, which is this page is here. Check ident. I don't think there's anything in here, but we can check that as well. It's the data, perf, default, data link config, model engine. No, it's not in there. Nav options? Nope. Clicked that one already earlier. Huh. Yeah, I don't know. They're just pretty easy to find. You go departure arrival in the CRJ, and then it'll be here. Let's say arrival data, and you just click it and it'll tell you. It's kind of nice actually in the RJ. There has to be somewhere. I just don't, or it's either not modeled or I can't find it. It's one of those two. But now notice we were on the terminal phase. We're in the star. We're on the star right now. So now we've switched to 1 mile of navigation performance required. We're still going 0.2. And once we got in the approach, it'll say 0.3 required, and we'll be 0.2 hopefully. Fun FAA ATC fact: vectoring for ILSs can be 2 miles closer to the path than or for an RNAV in good enough business ceiling. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, nice. Yeah, we always just try to request the visuals in real life just because it's usually faster. All right, altimeter 3003 over there in Boise. That rhymes. This is in hectopascal. I don't know. That'd be good enough. Therefore, I understand ILS will almost always be more accurate than LPV. If I'm not mistaken, the FAA doesn't consider LPV to be a precision approach unless I'm misreading. Yeah, so so what I'm saying is just for understanding purposes, you can kind of think of an LPV kind of like a GPS-based ILS. It has a vertical portion and it has a lateral portion. And most LPVs in the non-mountainous regions will actually get you pretty close to ILS mins. They are not considered a precision approach just yet. They should be, because they're actually more precise in a lot of cases. But you'll notice they'll get you down to 201 feet, where the ILS will bring it down to 200 feet. It's kind of funny, actually. Navigate the nav data or GPS status page. The FMC look for an option or status indicating SBAS alignment, WAS availability for WAS. Yeah, see, so we've been to that page. You want nav option stating nav data, right? There's no SBAS here, and there's no next page. I can click summary, brings you to this, and I've clicked through these already. And then you can go nav options, and it brings you to this, right? And there's nothing here either. So I'm thinking it's just not modeled, because we've been to all those pages that you've mentioned there. Well, we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out one way or another. Now in the CRJ for LPV, we have to have VNAV and LNAV, and then I click approach, and that'll activate in the approach mode of LPV. I believe it works the same in the Airbus, although it's called managed heading and managed alt, and then you click approach and it goes into it. I don't know if that works the same in the Boeing, so we might screw something up. It'll be visual, so I'll navigate anyways visually. I'm going to try clicking approach earlier, and we'll have GP instead of GS. We'll have glide path. We'll try that. If that doesn't work, I'll go back to LNAV VNAV, and we'll just call it there. Or and if that doesn't work either, we'll do vertical speed as we do in the CRJ all the time. So we'll do various ways to get it. Yeah, I don't think it's modeled, unfortunately. But hopefully you guys have learned a couple things about what pilots are thinking about on these RNAV approaches. Some things you got to check. Might have to enable it in EFB. It's not a bad idea. My plane. Navigation display. Falcon display, ground pressure warning. Awareness control display unit. You'll see the jet input delay effect. Yeah, that's kind of cool. I'm sure, right, John. I'm sure. Yeah, not. Oh, a little bit down. Beacon flash rate. I don't know the difference of those. Miscellaneous. No, not much in there either for me. Oh well, that's okay, guys. That is... Whoop, let's go back to charging it. If I can. There we go. That's a cool little chord physic. Boot-up. Boot-up. Alright, we're gonna go... I'm gonna give myself vectors. In a sense. And we're going to request 60. You'll call it. We'll do 6,800 for the time being. Actually, let's see. Yeah, 60 will work for now. Nah, we can go down. Do 5 for the time being. Through 10,000 feet, however, lights can be thrown on. Those a couple times. Pressurization is depressurizing. We have the latest ATIS. Continuous and continuous on those. Looking good. And again, because there's no one here, I'm just going to put myself direct onto the approach here. Which you're not really supposed to do unless you get given clearance to do so, but I'm going to clear myself to do so. Look at these yoke animations. Those are pretty good. You don't know for sure though? Yeah, I don't know either. Are you able to choose between LPV or LNAV, or does the aircraft just pick the more precise approach? In CRJ, the way it works is if you leave yourself an LNAV, you're an LNAV. But if you click approach button in the CRJ, now you've entered LPV. That's how it works in the RJ. I don't know how it works here. I assume it's the same. What I can do is I can press approach. Yeah, okay, I think it's the same, because now we get FAC and glide path, so it does have LPV capability, I believe. So right now this would be an LNAV approach if I just left it to its devices. And I'd have to bug the basically the MDA to my knowledge. I don't know how they would do that, but I want an LPV, so we're gonna do that once we get a little bit closer, and that should be the LPV. Yeah, 40C, it's okay. I mean, most people aren't going to use that feature. Like, that's more of the advanced kind of stuff if you really wanted to do it. M Shark, thank you so much for the subscription. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Thanks for stopping by. Should come to boy. I'm controlling. I'm coming right there. I'm flying right there. KBOI. We're landing right there. That's where we're going. Unless you meant somewhere else, but I'm going to BOI. KBOI is where we're going right now. I see someone on 121.7 for ground. You're on the ground, boy. Nice. So the wing control MCP and EPIS and FMC used to work with the IFLY 37 Max. Did they diss that functionality? Mine isn't working currently, but that might be updated. Maybe, I'm not too sure. Maybe they'll get that fixed up for us. I'm not too sure about that. I'm going to change the time, guys. I'll make it a little darker for you guys. You guys want it dusk. So we'll kind of do a nice little... There we go. Nice little golden hour. Let's get rid of this thing. What's this? Oh, never mind. Be gone with you. Runways in sight. 2 left, 2 right. What would be Delta Airlines? You know, I should join the CTAF freak. .CTAF KBOI. Didn't work. .CTAF KBOI. Ray, thanks so much for the subscription. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Thanks for subscribing. I really appreciate that. You guys have been killing the subs and donations and all that in the last month. You guys have been awesome. 18-1 on the freak. And we'll have 21.7 loaded up for ground. Real life, it's actually nice to have your the arrival controller. Technically, that's kind of what you'd be sent back to if you had to go missed. But now we're gonna go ahead and click the approach button. We have FAC glide path armed. This is kind of, if you want to think of it easily, kind of like low glide slope armed. So you captured the glide path. We're gonna go flap 1. Start to slow this thing up a little bit here. I'd use a little bit of boards for this. There's FAC captured. And because FAC and glide path are armed, we're going to set 6,000 feet. Right there. Flap 5. I'm going to press our recording button here. Gear down. Flap 15. Spoilers are retracted and spoilers are armed. And we'll just slow. What are we out of? We're still quite far. We'll keep it a little bit faster, but I'll do 170 to 5 mile. Boise traffic, it's Southwest 1102. RNAV Yankee. 8 mile final, 28 left. Boise. Get the misapproach altitude all nicely set here. Now you guys can see we're on the approach. Remember I was talking about? Now we're in approach level range. So RMP required is 0.3 of a mile, and we have 0.002 of a mile. So we're super accurate, and our GPS is .002 accurate of a mile. All right, we'll get the cameras up and running for you guys. There's the Moza yoke. This is the PU Air Korea overhead panel. Currently does not work in the Max, but hopefully will soon. Land checklist, we got, let's say we're cleared to land. We'll throw all of these on. Give them a ding. Throw the logo and wing lights on as well, why not? Gears down 3, green. Spoilers are armed, auto brake 3, and we're holding flap 15. Let's go flap 25. Start to slow her back here. A ref of 152. And flap 30. Check stable. Bring the sounds up for you. Let's see if we can fly this thing. I want to make sure this spoiler is armed. There we go. Alrighty. Auto thrust is disengaged. Autopilot is disengaged. Correcting speed. And I'm visual 2-8 left. Be more on the pappies than I am the flight directors and all that kind of stuff. Kind of more looking outside. Hey, go away. Oh, I'm re-engaging it. I have to change that button assignment. There we go.
500.
Stable on the visual. Runway inside. Land. Say them all. Haven't landed the Max in a while. I know the Boeings, you don't have to flare all that much. Correcting speed. Got to hit a gust there a little bit.
Approaching minimums. 300. Minimums. 200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10. 5.
Well, those auto brakes, those auto brakes kicked the nose right down. Get those reverses out. Don't think that should be happening with the engine there. That's fine.
Speed brake.
Interesting. That's cool if it actually does that. We're gonna roll the next one is Golf. Applying nice little brakes. It's very hot around here. The heck, there's 810s out here. That's awesome. That makes me want to play DCS. Boise traffic, it's Southwest 1102. Exiting Golf 28 left. Oh, why is this in the grass? I'm pretty sure I installed vertical sim scenery. But let's go over to ground. We'll stop our recording. I'll kind of guess where the center line is. Oh, there. Oh, that's why it's in the grass, because the line's wrong. See, there's a line right there. But it takes you into the grass. Golf's right here. There you go. Figured it out. They gotta take that line away. That's a very small hold short line. Technically, to be clear of a runway, you actually have to have your tail clear of that runway. And I don't think... I'm gonna test this out. I don't think you can clear of that. Oh, I think it's just big enough. You gotta go right to the line, though. Now we're short of everything. Alright, we're on ground. Give him a call. What's your ground? It's Southwest 1102, short 28, right, Golf.
Southwest 1102, Boise ground, hello. Make sure you're squawking 2014, I can't see you.
2014 coming up. Do a bit of our after landings. Flaps are going all the way in the up position there. Auto brakes are off. We'll go ahead and get our landing taxi.
Southwest 1102, you can text me a Golf Alpha cross runway 28 right at Golf to the ramp. Have a great night. I'm going to your stream.
Crossing 28 right, Golf Alpha to the ramp there. South 1102. Thanks so much for the service tonight. Leave the strobes on for the cross here. Clear right, clear left. I was gonna say the scenery is looking really good. I don't know why there's grass here, and then of course, obviously the line is misdrawn. That's okay. All right, just getting clear. This will go back to just steady lights, not position and strobe. This airplane flew very well, in my opinion. I like the way it hand flies. Go back to no camera. I'm going to tell GSX we're going to gate 17, I believe it was. Let's see real quick what it was. Doesn't tell me. There's Alpha right here. No, it's not. We're on Alpha currently. Never mind. Bravo 17. All right, Bravo 17. Come over here. Bravo. GSX just goes away. Get your comments in just a second, guys. Sorry about that. Just trying to get this GSX to work here. Bravo. There we go. 17. No. Sure. Alright, guys. The gates are in sight. Let's go ahead and get our AP all started up. This can come off. Nothing much else to do here. Turn terrain off. Don't need that anymore. It's a nice looking airport. This is Vertical Sim. Boise. APU's coming up online here.
Intentional aircraft Boise ground is now closed.
Negative. They're short staff, so you have to do an all-nighter.
Unfortunate. I gotta go do a training anyways from tower so then I can control tower for you.
Well, I'll be back once you do it.
Alright, thanks.
Oh, this is cool. That's a really cool little RJ hub. That's probably for CRJs and Qs and stuff. It looks pretty nice, actually. There's 10, 11, 15. We're going right there. 17. That's awesome the way they do that. That's so nice to see the gates. Sometimes you're hunting and you've even never been there before for the gates, but that's nice and easy to find. AP's up and online. On the gen. On the gen. It's kill number 1. APU bleed on as well. I'll open the ISO. Turn the bleeds off to the engine so it's using APU bleed. It's a nice little grooved sound when I turn the when I turn the nose gear there. It's a nice little sound it gives. Gate 17 right here. Cruise in sight. We can get the taxi light off, please. Maybe. Nope. There we go. I don't see our marshal or anything. Oh, he's way standing under the building. Awesome. All right, gonna get this right engine up a little bit here. Gonna get a little bit more forward, and we're gonna come left a little bit on that line. Get your comments in just a second, guys. Just gonna park this thing up, shut her down, and I'll be good to go. Don't know if I trust this parking thing that's giving me here. Should stop around here, realistically. Just letting it roll in. Tiny little bit of engine thrust. A little bit more. Alright. Parking brake is on. Gens are on the APU. Bleeds on the APU. Anti-ice is off. Cutting number 1, or number 2 now. Seatbelts off. Probes can come off. Packs can stay on. Hydraulics can get turned off. Beacon light. Wait, was that off the whole time, or did I click that? Anyways, that should be off at this point. Fuel pumps can come off, so for the aft left for the APU. And we'll leave it like this for the time being. Go ahead and open up our flight deck door. Transponder can be turned off as well. And we're good to go. Welcome to Boise, everybody. Beautiful little stream we did there. From Las Vegas to Boise. Go ahead and open that cabin door up. And they're not connecting the bridge. I thought GSX automatically did that, but I guess not. Let's go ahead and close that again. We'll go ahead and get you set up for the replay. We've got to find where the panel states are. And then I'll be able to just kind of load her up and go. Look at all the stuff they got. Really cool stuff. Brake temperatures reset. Oh, look at that. I can dock the jetway just like that. That's pretty cool. Let's undock it. Don't need that. What I need is my panel state. Settings. My airplane. Anybody? Panel states? Anybody? Bueller? Save and load. I'm being dumb. Ready taxi. Load. Boom. Good. Everything up and running. Let's go ahead and set our flaps to 30. There we go. I will go and arm the spoilers again. Lower the sounds just a little bit for you. That sounds pretty good. Lights are all on. That's all good. We'll get the parking brake off and we'll do the replay. I forgot that the Max does not like replays that much, so we won't be able to do it from the flight deck, but we'll do it. We'll do it from here. I'll read your comments here. Sorry about that. I've been missing a lot of this stuff. Put the sounds down as well, just so I can think. Mine is not that really sucks. Worked great in the previous versions. Yeah, exactly. Jack, same as here. Sam Guilford, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. Have you ever thought about doing a long haul stream like during the holidays? No, I hate long haul. I never could probably do that in my opinion. I just don't like doing it. Gear says on the A320 there is a GS mini calculation. Do you have the similar calculation on the CRJ and 737? Glide slope mini calculation? I don't think so. I've never heard of what that is. We do have a advisory VNAV. Those auto brakes really brought that nose down, man. I tried to hold her, but she was like, nope. Okay, it was fun. Have to get soon. No worries. Thanks so much for joining, Mike. Thank you. What would one do if the GPS accuracy goes bad? If you're on the approach, you have to go missed. Do you have the boy scenery? I do. Vertical sim. Yeah, it's really good. I think it's pretty good too. I just followed. There's a line there that's not supposed to be there. May have to make sure the latest version of Simat Pro to make Max gotta have my panels now. Yep, I updated Simat Pro as well, and still no luck for me on that one, unfortunately. Nicely done. Thanks so much. Thank you. I'd watch some DCS. Okay, yeah, well, for sure. Not tonight, but tomorrow we'll definitely do some DCS streaming for sure. Also, I plan the MD-11 and 727 streams as well. Love this airport scenery. It's definitely pretty freaking good. Thank you for the entertainment while I ate dinner, Mr. CFI. Thanks for joining, Mr. Vortice. Thank you. Appreciate you. Clip says, what frame gen use? ×4? Nope, we're on ×2, but we're running a 5090. We got ultra everything. I can show you guys. I think I'm ultra everything. Let me show you my settings real quick. So we're locked at 45 and ×2, which equals 90. 45 × 2 equals 90. So that's why I do that. So we have extra headroom on top. We're using auto FPS as well. So below 3,000 feet, my train level detail is set to 100. Above 3,000 feet, it starts to scale it up. And when we're in cruise, this is set to the max. and this is set to the max in cruise. But as we descend, it gets lower. So we've got ultra everything, ray trace shadows. I guess I don't have windshield effects, but ultra everything and all this traffic garbage turned off. Don't need any of that. Those are the settings, but it's an RTX 5090 is what we're using. And we have rebar turned off. Smooth ride. Thanks, Captain. Thank you, J5. We try to find the smooth air for you every time. Say hello. Thanks. Yeah, I found it eventually there. Going to be learning curve with the changes. I hope that the Wing Control software gets the update for this. I'm sure it will. Really disappointed that the Wing Control software not speaking the aircraft may not fly it much unless it fixed that. Sorry to sound like a broken record. You're all good, my friend. Yeah, I'm sure it'll be like a couple. It just came out, so once the Wing Control guys probably get back from the expo and all that stuff, I'm sure they're going to do it. I'll be on tomorrow for DCS. I'll be here, my friend. I'll be here. I'm home all day. I'm off till the 24th. Club says rebar in BIOS. No, rebar I turn off. I don't turn off in the BIOS. I leave that in the BIOS, but I turn it off in NVIDIA Profile Inspector under Microsoft Flight Sim specifically. If you want to know how to do it, it's in my video. If you go to my channel, look up on, you search through like most popular videos. This is one of my more popular ones, is how to get good FPS. And I show you how to do it in that video there. Gonna get my there we go a bit faster here. We're gonna watch some landings. We'll put it to just a little bit brighter so you can see the thing. That was a nice flight. I love the way it flies. I might do a couple more. Actually, I want to do more landings, but I actually do have to get going. I just remembered. But I think we touched down right on the 1,000 footer, just slightly past. It went very, very well. Let's go ahead and start this replay out. She's a beauty, this airplane. Very nicely done by IFLY. IFLY, in my opinion, is better than PMDG. But that's just me. I'm gonna turn GFX off. Nice and safe, perfect flare. But then the nose came crashing down when those auto brakes kicked on. I'm gonna turn GFX off. It's probably not been updated for this airplane just yet. Needed a little bit of right rudder, tiny bit. There comes the nose. That was honestly the worst part about this airplane, is the nose gear slamming down. That, don't know if that happens. I can't tell you for sure. I'm gonna say no, because when I deadhead on him, I don't feel this like immediate braking action force. But yeah, they'll probably fix that. I know a lot of airplanes suffer from that sometimes. Should I turn it off? Run 5070, 1200K, my IFLY doesn't run good as before SP1 update. You can give it a try for sure. Also, if you're using an i7, make sure, Club, you look up how to find out what your motherboard is and search how do I turn CPU virtualization off in such and such motherboard. CPU virtualization destroys my frames in this game. But what I would do is what I just said. Try to turn CPU virtualization off. And furthermore, watch the video I made on my FPS, and that'll be basically my settings, at least my older settings. Now that I have a different video card, I'm able to run higher. I agree, J5. What I would do, J5, is if you're going to use the higher frame gen settings, go ahead and make sure you that you set max frame rate times 30, or sorry, max frame rate 30 and then times 3, and that'll equal 90. Did we bounce? I just noticed that. I was watching the screen for a second. Oh, it was a bounce. That's why it came crashing down. Here, we'll do one more for you guys. Actually, I think the replay breaks this airplane. Let me see if I can even do one more without it breaking. Yeah, we're at 45 knots. Can I still fly it? Kind of. Alright, we'll just go back to replay mode. Yeah, the replay for some reason kind of breaks its airplane, unfortunately. Sweet livery, it's pretty freaking sweet. I think so as well. Great landing, thanks, Dilly Dilly. A little bit of a bounce, could have been a little better actually. Now that I'm looking at it, but not too bad. Oh, whoops. Skip the good part. Alright guys, we're going to do one more replay and we're going to call it a night. Thank you so much guys for jumping in, pressing the like button, doing all that great stuff. Expo was a lot of fun. We're going to be streaming a lot more different type of content, and hopefully in the near future, I'll be partnering hopefully with a company that will be doing some different mounting solutions, and we'll have a pretty cool setup coming for you guys shortly. So until then, I'll set up my replay about here. We will see you guys on the next stream. Oh, it didn't work. Well, we'll do it like this. If the Chaseman doesn't want to play nice, we'll do it like this. We'll see you on the next stream. Probably tomorrow, I'm going to try to get another Constellation stream in. Maybe a 727. I haven't decided yet. Maybe even MD-11. But then we're also going to do a DCS stream as well. So keep your notifications on and hit the alarm bell if you don't have it already. We'll be doing that. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye for now, guys.